All right. Yeah, let's do it.
What's up, y'all? This is Ifeatu Melifonwu, safety for the Detroit Lions. And I just want to take some time out to give a big shout out to Russell Wayne and Main Event Mike from the Detroit Lions Villain Squad. It's a fan page and a podcast. And I just want to say I appreciate the support of me and my team. And I encourage everyone to go check out their podcast and check out their fan page. Go Lions.
It reminds me of a football show, Football Talk with Russell Wayne, 11 a.m. in the mornings. You should watch it because it could be good for you. It could be good for you. It could be good for your life.
Oh, yeah. Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson. Let's go, Ben Johnson. Unfinished business. Unfinished business. What's up, Vogel? D-Town Heat. No, I don't normally do this. But I figured that this right here is a worthy thing to just kind of come out of nowhere and, dropping some extra content today because we were talking about this very thing today on the morning show, which is like, it was, who would have thought that we could get some news like this? Ben Johnson telling the Washington Commanders to go stick it where the sun don't shine because he ain't freaking leaving.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
He loves this offense. He loves this offense. He wants to be here for the long haul. And, put that into the comments. How excited are you as a Lion fan? Because we're only going live. This is exclusive. This is exclusive to the Lions Villain Squad page and the and our YouTube channel, which is at Main Event 365. And we want you there. We want you there because we're talking about these Detroit Lions and them being able to retain. Ben Johnson is not taking a head coaching job. Who would have ever thought? Run it back. That's what D-Town Heat says. Let's run it back, Jordan. The surprise of the show, a surprise afternoon show. You know, I'm trying to talk my friend Greg Rice, who's on the West Coast, to come on here. And sometimes in the morning when it's 11 a.m. here, it's like 8 a.m. over there on the West Coast. And I know that it's difficult for him to get on. So hopefully he'll pop on here and we'll be able to talk about this a little bit. But yes, a surprise afternoon show. I felt like Ben Johnson staying in Detroit was a worthy, let's talk about it. Let's get on here. Yes, I'm 0 to 10. I'm 0 to 10 right here. This is a huge thing. This offense, the way that it is a juggernaut. I mean, you're returning most of the offense. You have the opportunity to almost return the entire damn offense, the entire thing. I mean, you're talking on the offensive line. You got everything that you need on the offensive line. Why would Ben Johnson want to go? You got Taylor Decker. You got Penei Sewell. You got Frank Ragnow. Now, you can bring back Glasgow. You can bring back Jonah Jackson. You can keep the band together. You can extend Jared Goff. And you can run this thing back. You can run this thing back. There, it's almost like a foregone conclusion now that Jared Goff would be not only staying, but they're going to extend this man. They're going to extend this man. I mean, and why not? Let's talk about this thing. Let's see what we got in here, because I know Vogel's in there. Oh, Elise Memes. What's going on? Good afternoon. Y'all, Ben Johnson back, baby. I love the meme that you made. I love that. I love that. Go check out Elise Memes right there. Jordan says, keeping the band together. At least the majority. Yeah, most of the guys are there. I mean, think about that. Jahmyr Gibbs, he ain't going nowhere. They just drafted him. He's here for the long haul. You still got David Montgomery for 2 more years. You got a great offensive line that you can keep that whole band together. And you actually drafted like guys like Colby Sorsdahl, and they'll continue to add to that talent pool. They got to continue to draft in that spot. But right now, you're set for a couple years. And I know people talking Frank the Tank. How long's he got? They've been talking about his toe for 3 years. The dude don't care. He'll ride in hopping on one leg. Frank the Tank, he's in. He wants to win the championship, and he's got something bigger. Whenever you lose a family member like that, that just does something inside your soul. You know, that's going to push him. And he's that guy. Not everybody's built like that, Frank the Tank. And then you got Jameson. Then you got Amon-Ra. You got Khalif Raymond. I mean, they're going to run the whole thing back. Sam Laporta. Great news. Great news. Keeping this band together, this is going to be the best offense in football. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. An ascending offense. Their offense is their defense. You got to love that. Mary says, great news. Detroit Lions love the team right there. Vogel says, reminds me of a scene in DiCaprio saying, I ain't effing leaving.
We're going to bite a kneecap off.
Man, maybe they can win that championship. It's Super Bowl or bust now. This is huge. That's what Matthew says. Joe, welcome to the program. What's up? Time to dominate. LFG, let's frickin' go. Cameron says, now what wide receivers are we going to sign in free agent to complement Amon-Ra? I don't think you have to sign anybody. I think Jameson Williams is going to break out and is breaking out. So you got Amon-Ra, you got Jameson Williams, you got Khalif Raymond. And really, honestly, with the free agents, when I'm looking at these free agents, you got, Donovan Peoples-Jones. You got Donovan Peoples-Jones, and you got Josh Reynolds. And man, I don't know. One of those guys will probably be back. I know everybody's kind of down on Josh Reynolds right now. He didn't have a good game, but Josh Reynolds right there. And maybe they'll draft somebody, but I don't think that they're going to spend no money on a wide receiver. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion, Cameron. Moving on right there. Thank you. Thank you, Ben. Ben is going to make the offense top 10, maybe even top 5. That's what we're already there. They're already top 5. I think we're going to be the best defense, Mr. Vogel. Mr. Vogel. All right. This team is on the up, up, up. Let's see what else we got in here. James says the full offseason, Laporta, Gibbs, Jameson, and Amon-Ra, Ben Johnson staying will be huge. Yeah, I love those playmakers, but I love the offensive linemen even more. And I appreciate everybody hopping over here from the other side. We're exclusively in right now. This is a special edition right here. Football Talk with Russell Wayne. We're talking about Ben Johnson says that he ain't leaving. He ain't leaving. So let's put it out there. What do you think? Ben Johnson sticking around for a year? He wants to run it back. Ain't wasting any time after the city of Detroit gets gut punched. You know, you left it out there. You left it out there. You should have won that game. And you can blame whoever you want on it. I think it's lazy to blame Dan Campbell because he called the right plays. The players got to still make the plays. You got to make the plays. So, he called the right plays. The throw was there. You got to make the plays. And you know what? I'm not going to be too hard. I'm not going to say that Josh Reynolds lost the game for us, but it's those types of things. Those are the learning things that a young team went through. That's an experienced San Francisco team, and they learned a valuable lesson. And I hope they took it in. I hope they took it in while San Francisco was getting ready to celebrate. They said, hey, y'all need to move out. You need to get the hell out of here. We need to celebrate whipping your ass. That's hard. Remember that feeling. And that's what Dan Campbell told them. Remember this feeling of walking off of this field with the L, thinking we had it in hand. But this is great news. After getting gut punched like that, to get the news that Ben Johnson is staying. And, Mike says, are you going to come on here and tell him I told you so? It's like, that's not my style. I'm not going to brag. This is one of the things that I did call, but I mean, it meant something to me last year when he said that it meant that this place is like the family. You feel connected to this place. You want to bring the championship to this city because the fans, it's not the fans' fault. We don't play the games, but how good did that feel for a half thinking that you were going to the Super Bowl? We got too big for our britches. And some might even call it luck, stealing defeat from the jaws of victory. You got to make the plays, guys. The coaches put them in a position to make the plays, and they didn't make the plays. And if it was the other way, I'd call it the other way. If that looked like a boneheaded move and he tried a move that didn't work and you didn't have a plan and it looked like all of those fourth down calls and all that were going to be a mess. But when you make the call and the play works, other than the fact that the execution wasn't there, then it's not the coach's fault. The coach's job is to put you in a position to win, and he did that in that game. Dan Campbell called a good game. And you can criticize it. Take the points. You can criticize that all you want. But the thing is if they get it, you're singing a different tune. If he gets that fourth down, that's a brand new set of down. That's two more downs at least of David Montgomery or Jahmyr Gibbs, or averaging 6.5 yards a carry in that game, pounding the rock inside the 25-yard line. I mean, you're talking about a different set of circumstances that are going to happen if he picks that fourth down up. So if you're going to criticize it, you got to look at the other side of the coin too. Because if he got that, it was lights out. Any one of those catches. So I understand. You want to run it back? You trust in your offense? Your offense was your defense. Your offense, or your defense was your offense at the end of the game. You're closing out the games with your offense. I'm getting that first down and kneeling on the ball. I'm going to win the game. You play to win the game, right, Dan Campbell? That's what he said. You play to win the game. Just like right here.
Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win.
You play to win the game. And that's what he was playing, to win the game. Going back into the comments right here. Plays were good, just didn't execute. JD agrees with me. That's the thing. You can look at it, be real. You can be real about it. If it was Dan Campbell's fault, I would blame him. I mean, it's easy. It's an easy scapegoat. Oh, the coaching. I mean, God, that's borderline. Like, for the people that would say that was Jared Goff's fault. Oh my God, I wish that we had a quarterback that could run. Like that stop it. It's like 3 plays a game you're talking about here. Yeah, that's nice. But you got to be able to execute the game plan. Jared Goff can do that. He did that fine. Hell yeah. Xander says, hell yeah, what you're saying. Yeah. Jordan says if he gets to the Super Bowl ring here, that's only going to better his resume and give him leverage to negotiate a head coach salary that he desires in the future. And that's the God's honest truth right there. He ain't leaving. He ain't leaving because he don't need to. He's 37 years old. He could be an OC for 3 more years. He's still going to be the hottest coaching candidate. What do you think, he's going to go backwards with this team? I mean, maybe they figure him out, but this scheme and what we do here in Detroit has to do right up front, man. When you got some up front guys like we have, that's one of the reasons he's staying is Penei Sewell, Decker, and Frank Ragnow. I mean, you got these guys, they're iron tanks. You're opening up holes. These running backs are chomping at the bit. Brad Holmes has built a monster here with these running backs and these offensive linemen. They're opening up these holes that semis could drive through, and they are quick and thunder and lightning. I mean, the fact that you can get David Montgomery out there, 7 yards down the field before he's getting contacted. I mean, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. These guys are going to be dangerous on the ground. And Jared Goff is lethal with the good play action. So I love it. Nothing's going to change in there. We may lose Aaron Glenn. We could lose Aaron Glenn. I mean, one of the candidates just came flying off the board. And Washington still needs a coach. Seattle still needs a coach. Maybe Aaron Glenn takes one of those jobs. Maybe he gets that offer. And then my prediction will happen. My prediction was with this, like, if Aaron Glenn were to leave and go take a head coaching job, that Kelvin Shepard, the linebackers coach, would be the person that would take over for him. But here we are. This is Football Talk with Russell Wayne. This is a special edition going live into the Detroit Lions villain squad. Just climbing over 40,000 villains. And we appreciate your support. Right there. Football Talk with Russell Wayne. You can join me every morning at 11 a.m. on the weekdays. And we're talking football 365 days a year, either via on the page. Join the page. Join the conversation. The Detroit Lions Villain Squad. The YouTube Main Event 365, man. We're doing this. We're going to be putting out some more content onto the YouTube page, especially during the off season right here. But this is big news right here. Ben Johnson tells the Commanders to stick it where the sun don't shine. I'm about ready to go win me a Super Bowl. with this loaded young team in Detroit. And they're going to be hungry. They're going to be hungry. They got a taste this year. They got a taste. A little snip of that bud.
It's my quarterback.
They got a little taste. And I think that that's going to affect these players in a good way.
Acknowledge me.
So let's see what we got in here. JD says that it doesn't surprise me. Yeah. And Dwayne says that's awesome. Glad you stayed and got the team better. Let's go Detroit Lions. NFC North Division champs. The titles, the Kings of the North. That's a start. That's a start. I expect them to extend Goff in this offseason because we were exploring that from this morning. So let's, when you're looking at that, he's earned it. He's earned it, in my opinion. Has Goff earned his contract extension, do you think? Right now, they got him. They got him signed through this year. But it's a pretty big cap number. You're talking $32 million on the cap. And you can take that base salary down. $22 million. That's what he gets on the base salary, and then he gets the bonuses. Yeah, on top of that, but they can extend him, and they could probably free up about, I would say, 18 million. You could get that base salary down to like $3 million for the first year of that deal. Throw that stuff into some bonuses over the next 3 years. And you make a run. Because if you look at this salary cap there up at the top, you see that $58 million. You like that?
You like that?
And then you got the ability with Jared Goff right there, where you could free up another 18 million. This team's already loaded, guys. So this is great news. Great news. Ben Johnson. Makes me think an old school right there, man. Going vintage, Axel Foley style. Ben Johnson staying. We're keeping the offense intact. You gotta like that.
You like that?
JD in the house. He says, I think that he didn't want to go anywhere. He feels wanted, in my opinion. That's the culture, baby. That's the culture. You want guys that want to be here. When was the last time that you could say that? You think about guys that want to come here. I think this is going to be an exciting offseason for the Lions. I think they're going to, at some point in time, they're going to give Amon-Ra St. Brown his bag. He's going into the final year of his contract. Amon-Ra St. Brown, get the bag ready. And I think they extend Goff. The Amon-Ra St. Brown costs a little bit of money up front, but the Jared Goff extension would actually save them money against the cap this year. So those two things, I think, get done, and that creates excitement, right? Because then you have the other, you got that $58 million left, probably even more than that. After you extend those two guys, I think that you're going to be in the neighborhood of like $65 million. And then you go get some things done. You want to bring back Glasgow, possibly Jonah Jackson. You want to keep that band together. But I don't see them as long deals with either one of those two, trying to draft replacements. On the defensive side of the ball, I think they're going to look and they'll get a stud cornerback. Cam Sutton's not that bad, guys. He's just not a number one corner. He's just not a number one corner. He's more of if you had a shutdown corner, if you throw like a, Jalen Ramsey or a, Sauce Gardner on this team, then you're not asking Cam Sutton to cover the number one. That's something I see that happens this year. You're looking for another game wrecker like Aiden Hutchinson for the other side. We'll have to see. We'll have to see. What do you think? What do you think? I'm looking back through here. Mo, what's up, Mo? How could you not be happy with getting him back? Ben Johnson just needs to get better and figure out the second half adjustments. Think about this, Mo. And it comes down to Ben Johnson does do that stuff. He does that. His second half adjustments were fine, but your execution went down. What happened in that? Was that because they were calling bad calls? Or did Ben Johnson call the right call and Jared Goff makes the throw and then the play is not made? Right? It's not Ben Johnson's fault that, Jared Goff and Gibbs had a mix-up and he was bobbling that ball and, San Francisco's too good to not take advantage of that. And they punched a loose, unsecure ball out. So those are experience things that can be fixed. And this team was every bit as good as the team that's in the Super Bowl. They can. Their team is young enough. Are they hungry enough? We'll see. Because as I said, there's no guarantees. You can be the best team in the world and still get upset in the first round. So sometimes the balls just bounce your way or they don't. And, they caught a ball off their face mask. They had a lot of things go their way. They were wearing a glass slipper when it comes to San Francisco. And it is what it is. They took advantage of it. That's what good teams do. And we ain't going to cry about it. We're feeling good today. Tough schedule. But we can do it. Play our best like we did last year. Defense will be better also next year. Yeah. They built the offense first, Dwayne. And you know that. We've been talking about it all year. They built the offense first. And now the offense is pretty much built. It's just maintaining these guys. But most of these guys are there. And they're going to be there for the next couple of years. The offense is there. I don't see them making high picks on wide receivers, running backs, or anything like that. It may be a boring draft to a lot of people. Because I think it's going to be an O lineman or an interior D lineman. But I do see them making a splash because we don't have so many holes to fill. I see Brad Holmes going after an impact player. So, spoiler or hot take. I think that come draft time, you're going to see Brad Holmes trade up and get one of the top 10 players. I think that's going to be one of those things. I think it's going to be on the defensive side of the ball because people are going so quarterback crazy this year. I think they're saying as many as 5 quarterbacks could go in the first round and maybe even in the top 20. So if you get 3 or 4 of them guys that go before in the top 10, well, all of a sudden those defensive players, some of them like the Jalen Carters from last year or whatever, that might happen. That might happen. If those things move down, I could see Brad Holmes moving up. He's all swift and suave and debonair. So, yeah. So Dwayne, I think that we're going to invest some capital and some free agent money on the defensive side of the ball this year. And we got a great young core. I mean, Aleem McNeil, Levi and Josh Pascal started playing better at the end of the year. Those are your young players and foundational depth pieces that you've actually drafted. Aiden Hutchinson. You know, I don't know if James Houston will be back. I heard his leg was tied together by a rope. So we'll have to see how that works out. But the slate is clean. Right there. You got good linebackers. You know, Barnes, Campbell, Anzalone, Rodriguez. Anything that they're going to add is going to be depth there. Safety-wise, you know, you got Kirby, Tracy, Brian Branch. And if you want to bring back CJ GJ, I really don't. I just would like to see them draft, you know, keep their core. Oh, and Ife Melifanu. I don't even think they need CJ GJ. I don't like him getting nice, unsportsmanlike conduct, worthless penalties because of his ego. I got hit somebody from behind. I don't like that crap. I think that we're fine, and we'll be fine without CJ GJ moving forward. And we got a nice young core there on the back end. You know, Sutton's here. We need some help at cornerback. I mean, a couple corners, a young one, you know, a veteran that's better than Sutton would be cool. And that's defense right there, guys. You know, now offense, they're stacked. So it's going to be tough sledding to try to crack this roster with the core that we have. So, Jordan, say if we lose Glenn, it was going to happen eventually. Maybe he'll find, maybe he'll feel the same as Ben, having some unfinished business here. Yeah, I could see him staying. Like, I have no problem with Aaron Glenn. I thought Aaron Glenn did a fantastic job this year. Aaron Glenn made the defense better this year. And you can't deny that. That's what it was better. You know, I mean, it was better because it was the worst in the league the year prior, or 29th or something like that. But, you know, he did improve it. So here you are. You know, the year two, you moved up into the top 20 defenses, right? So, no question, I think he can make the jump. Add more talent to this team. He put the defense together with a talent deficiency. Kendall Vildor was our starting quarter at the end of the year. A guy they got off the street. And he still did it. So will Aaron Glenn stay and not take a head coaching job like Ben Johnson? I don't know. We'll see. If he moves on, it is my prediction that they would elevate Kelvin Shepard, defensive coordinator. He knows what they've been doing. He's got a good foundation and probably his own ideas. And I think that that's just something that you're going to start seeing with the culture of this team. That's just something that you're just going to start seeing. You're going to see them promote from within. And I loved how they did that. I mean, Ben, I think he was the tight ends coach, elevated him the offensive coordinator. And Aaron Glenn was a cornerbacks coach. And he was given this job as a defensive coordinator, and he has made the defense better. So much to the tune where NFL people and the people that are smart to make football decisions are offering him head coaching jobs. That's how good Aaron Glenn is. So if we could retain him, that's cool. If not, I think that there's a built-in plan for him, more than on the offensive side of the ball. Had some questions if Ben was going to leave because I don't know if there was a natural successor on the roster. Steve Hyden, I don't know, maybe. Scotty Montgomery, yeah, I don't know, maybe. Hank, maybe it's Fraley. I don't know. We'd see. But Ben Johnson ain't leaving, so we don't have to worry about that. He's here to finish the job. You want him to finish the job? Dwayne says that he's questionable on CJ. And David, thank you for asking a question, right? What do you think they need to work on the most? I say defense and defensive line and everyone else on defense. Yeah. I mean, the cool thing is most of the starters are set and most of the backups are set. So you're looking for impact players at this point because you know that they can fill the roster with guys that know the system and know how to play. You know, any one of these free agents, I got a list of them right here. You know, Kumbinda, Vildor, Julian Okwara, Will Harris, you know, Charles Harris, Romeo Okwara, Gardner Johnson, Benito Jones, Jerry Jacobs, Khalil Dorsey. Like, these guys aren't like roster guys that, you know, you're really gonna have to worry about other teams like swooping in, but they're quality dudes that played well in the pinches. So that's the worst case scenario, right? You got guys that know how to play the position, have done it on defense. But this is a great opportunity, a fantastic opportunity to rise the talent level on the defense because you already got good, like, mid-tier guys that ain't going to make you look stupid if they have to come in and reserve. So now it's about finding some high-end guys. Like I said, if you find a cornerback that's better than Sutton, and I know the clowning people are going to be, well, that's like everybody. Well, he got tested this year. He's not a number one corner, and he got treated like a number one corner, and he didn't play well there. But as a 2 or a 3, Sutton's, I mean, the guy's good. He's fundamentally sound. But when you ask him to cover the other team's best player, that's probably not. You're hoping to have better corners. So find somebody that has that ability, you know. And I don't even mind if they go veteran style. You know, you want somebody that can shut down the best player. I even think I threw the name out, Jair Alexander. Would you want Jair Alexander if you could get him on like a 1-year win a championship deal? You know, somebody like that. It's like Jalen Ramsey, somebody like that you can have Sutton. That's part of your defensive backfield, but Sutton shouldn't be a guy covering the number one guy. You cover, he's a good, you know, slot guy, or maybe covering the number 2. He would be good in that spot that Jerry Jacobs was forced to be in this year. But he needs another guy that's in front of him, in my opinion. So defensively, yeah, we're looking defensive line. We need a pass rusher opposite of Aiden, like a game wrecker. You know, another Aiden to where you don't know. Let's see. Yep. Mark, Mo agrees with me right there. We need a true number 1 corner. Also, I think that we need to figure out if Branch is a nickel or if he is a safety. I believe that we're just a couple players away on defense. A solid end to pair with Hutch and another corner, along with a run stuffer up the middle. Yeah, don't sleep on Broderick Martin, because we believe in development, and I believe that Broderick Martin has the body of of a game wrecker. They just gotta get him up to speed on, being an NFL player. The NFL moves. But I think that, like, physically, God gifted him with reach, and he's a 350-pound, like, dude that can move people. But yeah, a run stuffer, a cornerback, a bona fide number one cornerback. Whether they're going to use it in the draft or whatever, that's what it's a way. I think our linebacker core is solid, man. I mean, you might want to pick up another guy, but that's on the development tip. I like Jalen Reeves-Maybin. I think they re-sign him and he can suffice as the number 6 linebacker. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is locked in there, man. I like that linebacker core. I do, especially when we use safeties as that third linebacker sometimes. So I like that.
You like that?
I do like that. I do. Hey, this is Football Talk with Russell Wayne. This is a special edition right here. And we are live on our Facebook page, which is the Detroit Lions Villain Squad. And you can follow us. Please give us a follow. Follow the page. It's free. Hit the like button on the video you're watching right now. If you're watching on YouTube, hit that like button on the video that you're watching. We would appreciate that. Please. We would like that.
You like that?
We would like that.
You like that?
And yeah, Football Talk with Russell Wayne. I figure I make a special edition right there for Ben Johnson. He's staying in Detroit. That's such good news.
I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean I make medicine sick.
Oh, that's good news. That's good news. That's better than arts and crafts being extended by 4 hours. That's something. That is something. But, I think I'm about out of here. I just wanted to break that for you. So we're going to be on here tomorrow morning. Football Talk with Russell Wayne. And we're going to be talking about all of these moves, these coaching moves, possible coaching moves. Who's going to fill those spots? Who do you want as a free agent? Who do you think can make this team better? We're going to talk about all that on Football Talk with Russell Wayne.
Oh my God, it's a 4-2-5 defense. All you gotta do is blitz more. All they gotta do is fire Eric Glenn, and then you can start winning again. They're so stupid.
It reminds me of a football show, Football Talk with Russell Wayne, 11 a.m. in the mornings. You should watch it because it could be good for you. It could be good for you. It could be good for your life.
Yeah, it could be good for your life. So, faith, family, football, may the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord shine his face upon you until we meet again tomorrow morning for Football Talk with Russell Wayne. Peace out.
What's going on, Russell Wayne and the Main Event 365 Network? This is Jason Kabinda from the Detroit Lions. Here to give y'all a shout out, man. We appreciate all the support, man. Know you guys are big fans. Know that you guys are rooting for us to take the North this year, and we're going to do just that, man. Appreciate you guys so much. Just want to give y'all a shout out. Y'all have a great day.